2 p.m., at least where we are sitting in Oslo and in Stockholm. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our webinar with the headline, Why Every Staffing Company Needs ChatGPT in 2023. This is super exciting. We are two from Globers here today. We have Helge, our CEO, and me, Katarina, Head of Marketing. And I know we have a few colleagues stand by for the Q&A later if needed. Helge, could you please share some words about yourself?
Yes, of course, Katarina. My name is Helge Bjoland. I'm heading up Globus AI, and I was part of founding the company. I'm a data scientist at heart. I've been working with AI most of my professional career, and it's a topic that really excites me. So now with everything happening with ChatGPT, I'm really excited to be able to bring you some of this knowledge.
Thank you for that, Helge. You are very passionate about what you do. I will share our LinkedIn profiles here so we can all connect afterward. And now when I mention LinkedIn, I can give you all a tip to go and have a look at Helge's profile, since it's a bit of a, I would call you an influencer, where you're sharing posts about AI in the staffing industry. Yep, there was some marketing for you right there, Helge.
Thank you.
The plan for today is to have a live intro that is happening now, followed by a pre-recorded webinar presented by Helge, which is 15 minutes. And then we will go back live and have a Q&A session. And this webinar will also be sent to you afterward. It's always good to have some context to what we are about to see. And I can't come up with anything better than Globus' why. Why do we exist? Helge, could you please share a little bit about our why?
Well, our vision from the start has been to improve quality of lives, and that's still what we're aiming to do. And what we saw when we started the company was the really important job that recruiters are doing, matching people with opportunities, getting them into jobs. And we wanted to be part of that and really help improve people's lives by matching them with the right opportunities. So we set out on a journey to really bring AI and automation to the staffing space. And that's what we're doing today.
Yep. I absolutely love that our why and vision will remain the same while our product will evolve. That's also something that we stand by. We will enable the Q&A mode during the recorded part that is happening in just a few seconds. So please start posting your questions if you have any. And please note that your name won't be published, so it's anonymous. Okay, shall we? Let's press play and begin the webinar. Thank you all for joining us today.
And just remember, if you ask questions, that is very helpful. My fingers itched when kind of creating the video and recording of the presentation because I wanted to dive into a lot of the topics. But please ask questions so we know where to spend our time in the Q&A session.
Perfect.
All right.
Good.
Imagine if you could increase recruiter efficiency by 10x. That's what AI technology is going to enable. That's why it's super important for every staffing company to look into AI as part of their digital transformation strategy. I'm going to dive into this and also show you a bit about ChatGPT and how that can be used in your business. So on the agenda, we have industry landscape and recruitment challenges before diving into what ChatGPT actually is and how you can use it. Then I'll dive into how to boost your staffing business with AI before we move on to some best practices for using AI in staffing. And then lastly, a look at the future of AI in staffing, and we'll wrap up with a Q&A session. Globus AI is the recruiter's co-pilot for collecting job opportunities, engaging and activating and recommending candidates, and giving business insights. We've been working with bringing artificial intelligence into the staffing industry since 2017, and we're really proud of being a leading change maker in this space. We have most of the largest staffing agencies in Scandinavia as our customers. In 2022, we actually helped place about 11,000 full-time equivalents through our platform. So let's look at the staffing industry landscape and some of the recruitment challenges. High volume staffing is extremely competitive. That's why having low value interactions is so frustrating. What do I mean with low value interactions? That's all the manual and repetitive tasks that a recruiter often have to do. So when it comes to opportunities, very often you have to check your email, you have to log into different VMS systems and get an overview. And then it's very hard to also prioritize when it's all scattered around on different platforms. There's also short deadlines, so being able to do this quickly is critical, and that's hard when you have to jump through different systems and do a lot of manual activities. Two of the areas where we have seen a lot of upside potential is order and prioritization management, and also candidate engagement and activation. So not doing this properly leads to problems like reduced efficiency for recruiters, missed placement opportunities, and low candidate utilization. So I'll be going into how you can improve on these areas with artificial intelligence. By automating some of your business with AI, you can actually save about 45 to 60% of work hours spent manually searching, sorting, and communicating in order to place candidates. In the regular workflow, which you see down below, there's a lot of manual steps that recruiters have to go through. And by using AI, you can cut a lot of that by automating those tasks. So let's go into ChatGPT and what that does specifically. First, let's look at the use cases it can support. So one of them are job openings or job opportunities. With ChatGPT, it allows you to read emails or read requests coming in. So you could take an email from a customer with a request, give it to ChatGPT, and then it can summarize the important details for you. Candidate engagement is another area. So being able to write personalized content or personalized messaging to candidates is really helpful. So if you have a message from a candidate, you can ask ChatGPT to write a response for you. Content creation is another big area where you can use ChatGPT to write social media posts, job ads, blog posts, and similar. Customer relations is another area. You can, of course, use it to write responses to messages, but also you can use it to write sales material for you. Business insights, you can, of course, ask ChatGPT what are the most important KPIs to use, but also you can give it information and then it will summarize it for you. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, and the number behind it is just a version of the model. GPT is an advanced artificial intelligence, or AI, language processing model developed by a company called OpenAI. And the real breakthrough happened when they trained this model on a massive dataset of text from the internet. They actually used as much as 300 billion words. And the sources they used were books, web text, Wikipedia, and articles. GPT is a neural network-based language model and one of the most advanced AI models of its kind. It's capable of understanding and responding to a wide range of topics and styles of language, making it a powerful tool for a variety of applications. The primary goal of GPT is to generate human-like text, and it's able to understand and respond to natural language, making it possible for users to have conversation with it just as they would with a human. It can also be used for tasks such as natural language processing, machine learning, and even creative writing. Another important feature of GPT is its ability to understand context. This means that it can understand the meaning of text based on the context in which it's used. For example, if you were to ask GPT to write an article about a specific topic, it would be able to understand the context of the topic and generate text that is relevant and appropriate. It also has API-based deployment, so you can write integrations to it. And in Globus, we're actually using that to bring GPT models directly into our applications. ChatGPT is a complex language model. You feed it a question or a prompt, which is called, and the model calculates what it thinks the next word should be. You can visit chat.openai.com to use it. Unfortunately, you won't be able to use the GPT-4, so the most recent version of the model, but we have set up a website where you can actually try this for free if you visit gpt.globus.ai. So feel free to go there and try it out. One of the most important things when using ChatGPT is to understand prompt engineering, or how to ask it questions efficiently. What you want to do is first reset the model. So tell the model to forget every instruction before this one. Create an identity for the model. So as an example, tell the model that it should act as a recruiter. Then give it some brains. In this case, I'm saying that it's working in the healthcare staffing space. So it gives it a bit more context. Then set the task. And here I wanted to create a sourcing strategy for getting qualified applicants. Then define the output that you want. I want an output as a table. So I tell it to provide the answer in a table format. And then a nice hack is to allow it to ask questions back to you. So ask me any questions you need to do your job. If you have all of this, you should get really good results from using ChatGPT. Some of the other very interesting developments in this space is image generation using AI. And you might have seen this. This is created using Midjourney version 5. And with version 5, the images that it is able to create is just stunning and very photorealistic, as you can see in this example. Another pretty interesting thing to try is to create your own chatbot. So here I've used something called Poe. You can go out and try it. It's free. And I've created a recruitment bot for Globus AI. And you simply press create bot and you give it a pre-prompt where you tell it how it should act. And in this case, I've told it to try to recruit candidates to Globus AI and telling them about our business and what open positions we have available. And you can use this also as a very nice tool to demonstrate the capabilities internally in your business. So let's look more at how you can boost your staffing business with AI. Early adopters of this technology would definitely have a competitive advantage. And there are 3 areas which are really beneficial to start using AI. One is to enhance the candidate experience. So with AI, you can drive personalized candidate communication in a scalable way. It's also possible to reduce costs of your staffing operations by decreasing the time to fill with AI-powered processes. It's also possible to get a lot of time savings with AI automation. So automate all the repetitive tasks such as data entry into systems. So let's look at some of the benefits and best practices for AI in staffing. With AI, you can actually increase the candidate utilization, and we've seen increase of as much as 20%, which is quite considerable. You can also increase the number of orders processed per recruiter, and the response time will be a lot faster if you're able to automate and read in unstructured opportunity requests faster. We're working with a company called Dedicare, which is the largest healthcare staffing agency in the Nordic. And when they implemented AI in their business, they saw an immediate reduction in time spent on repetitive tasks. Some of the best practices that you need to think about when implementing AI technology is, of course, safeguarding data and thinking about privacy and compliance. Another thing is integrations. Make sure the systems you choose have open APIs so that they can be connected with the other systems in your stack. Automated data quality. Make sure that candidate profiles are updated. They should happen automatically in the background so that you don't have to do that manually. Make sure to think about how you can reskill and upskill the workforce, have a change management program in place, and training both for recruiters and candidates. Make sure you also track performance so that managers and recruiters have dashboards and reports where they can track how they're doing. All right, let's look at the future of AI in staffing. I've found some very interesting reports that you should have a look at. Gartner has one report called 9 Future of Work Trends in 2023. Definitely recommend checking that out. World Economic Forum also has a website. The address is down in the bottom right corner. And they have a nice illustration where you can click on the different areas and read more about that and also see what it links to. So recommend checking that out. Another report and website is BCG. They have something they call Bionic Company. A bionic company is a company that blends new technology with human capabilities. And I love how they just grasp this mix of AI together with human capabilities. That's what's really going to push things forward. I recommend checking out their definition of bionic company and read more about that. Lastly, I just want to leave you with this quote, which I love. People are not being replaced by AI, but by humans using AI. With that, thank you for watching.
And we are back.
All right.
Let's see if we have any questions from you guys. Yep, we have 2 already. Good. Let's start with the first one. Do we have any more details on successful implementations of Global's performance, etc.?
Absolutely. So
One.
I think one interesting case that we've seen is in the education space. So very often it's recruiter have a limit of how many active candidates they can manage. So at one single time, usually that's around 20 candidates. And with the global system, we saw that with the customers who started using that, it increased to more than 60 active candidates that each recruiter were able to manage. I think another interesting use case is some of our customers who have automated the outreach to candidates. So we automatically parse all the requirements coming in, so all the job requests from customers, and then it's sent directly to suitable candidates in their candidate pool. That means they're first to reach out to candidates and normally get them placed into the job.
Yeah, and we have quite a lot more use cases to share, but yeah, maybe that's a second webinar. Let's move on to the second question. Also, does Globus replace part of Starfar's existing tech stack? And what's the best practice for integration? And what's the typical implementation time? So we have 3 questions in that one. Let's start with the first one. Do we need to replace part of the software's existing tech stack? Hell yeah.
Well, we replace the need to watch your mailbox, watch your VMS systems, and also you don't need to kind of look for candidates in the ATS system. We don't replace the ATS system, but we integrate with it. And we integrate with the mailbox. So it will still be there, but Globus will work more as the operational tool where the recruiters work and get all their recommendations on what they should be working on. When it comes to best practices for integration and implementation, that's usually dependent on the customer specific setup. But in terms of setup time, usually it's 5 to 7 days on our end. If you're thinking like a white labeled solution, most of our customers want fully integrated solutions, so that takes longer. And normally we plan for about a 3-month rollout period where we set up all the integrations and do the training and everything.
Good. And that kind of covers the third questions there too. And then we have one more great presentation. Thank you for that. What's the price of Global system? I think that's a bit, yeah, Helge, do you wanna?
Of course, extremely expensive.
Yeah.
Now, what we do is we usually price it based on the customer needs. So it's depending on what kind of AI modules you need in your business, and also the size of the business, so how many recruiters actually need access to it. So that's how we price the system.
Yeah. So I think to kind of dig deep into that one, we will send a follow-up email to everyone, and then you can book a meeting with Helge or anyone in the Globus team directly. Do you allow ChatGPT access to one CRM, example, to filter appropriate candidates for roles?
So that's a really good question, and I wouldn't connect GPT directly with any of your personal data that you're responsible for. So what you want to do is have a system like Globus, who is a sub vendor, and you have the right kind of DPA in place with that can manage your data. So it's called a sub processor agreement, and we make sure that we take care of all kind of the requirements necessary to use those models, but still protect the personal data. So don't go sending any candidate information, names, or anything like that into, don't use that in the chats when you use ChatGPT directly.
Thank you for that. We have quite a few, so let's get going. I want to move from 360 recruiters to resources and recruiters, and I want AI to support them. But right now, it's just me in the company. Can you advise or give case studies on the best approach to this, please? Did I read that right? I think so.
Yes, I think depending on your company size, there are definitely different opportunities, but start with an ATS system that gives you the basis for what you need. I think that's a good approach. And then move on to AI when you have kind of that foundation in place. I think that's probably the best way to grow the business.
Thank you. Besides the question we can ask ChatGPT in the chat, what is the difference between automation and AI?
So AI is a broader term. It's artificial intelligence. It's used for a lot of different use cases. Automation is when you automate something, and very often AI or machine learning models or this kind of technology is helpful in doing that kind of automation. So when we send jobs to candidates, we use AI to automate that process, because the AI will be able to identify the best suitable candidates for that job. And the automation means that it happens automatically. So you could, of course, just highlight the candidates with AI, but the automation piece means it goes out to the candidates directly.
Great explanation, Helge. Then we have great presentation, by the way. Thank you for that. Great presentation from Eric from Dedicare. That's our existing customer. Thank you for that, Eric. And then we have one more. I think Globals is a big help and cheap for companies with hundreds of users. Is it affordable for small recruiting companies with 2 to 3 employees?
For smaller companies with 2 to 3 employees, I'm not sure you would see the benefits of AI right away. Maybe for some of the use cases that are presented here in writing content or responding, creating interview questions for candidates and so on. Once you grow and become larger, so you have a large talent pool of candidates and high volume of jobs coming in and becomes unmanageable, that's when you'll really see the benefits of automating with AI.
Yep. And I think the following question is kind of the same answer, but I will read it out loud anyways. We are an executive search company and we don't do volume recruitment, but we have about 10 roles per month. Do you think that Globus AI could be a good fit? And
so there are some use cases where it's a good fit if you need to reach the candidate first. So if you have a pool of existing candidates, but other executive search companies also know about the same candidates and you need to reach them first, then automation can definitely help with that. I think the other thing is also nurturing campaigns. So engaging candidates, writing different campaigns to them at the right kind of times, addressing or assessing their behavior and kind of sending the right kind of content at the right time. That could also be a good use case in that situation.
Yep, absolutely. And then we have, do you see an integration with LinkedIn RPS app?
LinkedIn is definitely, it's a bit tedious to integrate with LinkedIn. They're very, their API doesn't open up for that much. But yeah, it is. It's something we have on the roadmap when it comes to sourcing. So that's something we are addressing. So being able to both search your internal talent pool, but also what candidates could be available on LinkedIn.
Yep. And regarding LinkedIn, I will post our profiles there for everyone to go and connect. We appreciate that. And then we have the last question, it seems. How would ChatGPT capture job openings? Assuming you would brief first, but can it access client systems if given access, or is it limited to readily available internet listings?
So it has access to internet listings, at least if you pay for the version that has internet access. I think if you want to give it access to job openings, one way of doing it is copy pasting the job opening if you want to have some kind of a summary of it or extract some key pieces of that job opening or those job openings. But in case you want to set it up yourself, you either need to use a system like Globus, which does it for you and have all the integrations in place, or you could use something like Zapier and connect your mailbox or something with Zapier, send the text to ChatGPT and get the responses back somehow. But you would need some kind of technical expertise or someone to help you probably to set that up.
And I believe, someone is typing. Let's see. Cool, thanks. And we have one more typing. No, it stopped. But I think we can summarize today, and to keep it short, I think we can all agree on that AI is like a personal assistant. it won't take over your life, but it will make your life easier. Or like I say every day, it's definitely my favorite co-pilot. Someone is typing, so I will.
I just want to, there's so much development right now. It's hard to keep up, but follow me on LinkedIn. I post some interesting stuff, like prompt engineering. It's important now, but even at this time, we see auto GPT coming up where, you give it goals. Instead of a prompt, you tell it what is the goal that you want to do, and it automatically creates the prompts and kind of drives itself and creates separate agents. So a lot happening in the space right now, but I think we'll see more and more of the GPT models supporting specific use cases in applications. So
we're definitely in the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Let's join the ride, everyone. I think we are done. No one is typing, and we are a little bit above time, 31 minutes. So I think we wish everyone a great day, and
Thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you. Right. And thank you, Helge.
Thank you, Katarina. Have a nice day, everyone.
Bye.